Well, hello again. Welcome back to the channel. So this morning we are at Somersby Falls. Beautiful, huh? Somersby Falls, it's about maybe an hour north of Sydney itself, up on the Central Coast. Central Coast has so many insane photography locations, it's incredible. Heading up here this morning, I think got up about 4:30, came up the freeway. There was an epic sunrise on the way up. Couldn't shoot it, unfortunately. It was on the freeway at the time. I don't even know if you can hear me. This water is so loud behind me. Anyway, Somersby Falls is quite there's quite a few different locations here that most of the public will see the very first falls, and I've actually done a video on that previously. If you look back through the videos, I might put a link to it in the description or maybe here. Most of the public will see the top falls. The second falls are really quite nice as well, but you can actually walk down, and this is a bit of a trek to get down at this one, but as you follow the river down, you see this, and this is just lovely. The special thing about this one is you can actually get behind the falls. There's a cave behind the falls underneath the actual rock ledge itself. So the aim for today is to try and get a nice wide shot, maybe a panorama of the whole falls from the perspective of the cave looking out. Never done that before, something a bit different. I'm wearing my spiked shoes today because the walk down is a bit slippery, and it's better to be safe and not have a fall. So we're going to shimmy under the rock ledge here. I hear there's quite a few very large spiders in there, so we'll just keep a lookout for them and see if we can get some shots. So okay, let's go do it. Wow, it's really noisy here. So we're inside the falls now, and wow, check this out, it's amazing. We've got the perfect curtain of water across the front of the falls. So right now I've got my 1635, a wide out at 60 millimeters right now. And what I've done is I wanted to just make sure I have the correct exposure for the actual overhang itself and for the ground. So I'm taking that at 1.6 second. I'm at f6.3 and ISO 50, and that's just going to give me some nice rich details in the floor of the cave and also the roof of the cave as well. So I'm going to do that as one shot, and then I'm going to take a series of shots for the water itself and just try and make sure I get some texture in the water. But pretty nice. It's something a bit different to shoot a waterfall from the inside. You're normally on the outside. I don't even know if you can hear me because this is unbelievably loud. I think the noise is just reverberating around the cave. So anyway, let's get the first shot going and see how this one turns out. Okay, so here's something I thought you might find quite interesting. Polarizing filters, circular polarizers. I've got one on the front of the lens right now. I hope you can hear me. It's super loud in here. So I've got a circular polarizer on the front of the lens. Everyone would probably know by now that circular polarizers, you can take the glare of the reflections of rocks and off the surface of the water. I just want to show you how effective this is when you use a circular polarizer. I'm going to take one shot right now without the polarizer in effect, so in other words, as if it wasn't there at all, with maximum reflections on the rocks in front of me. And then I'm going to take a second shot with maximum circular polarizing filter, so you can see the difference in what that delivers to you. So here's the first shot without the circular polarizer. Check this one out.
Okay, so what we're looking at here are the amount of reflections on the roof of the cave and also on the rock ledge below. Some really bright reflections on the rock ledge there, and that's really making the whole shot quite bright.
Okay, so that was this shot with no circular polarizer having any effect on the shot whatsoever. Now what I've done is I've spun the polarizer to give me maximum effect. In other words, take as much reflection as possible off the rock. I've taken that shot. I want you to have a look at this shot now. Check this one out.
Okay, so now when you look at the polarized shot, the reflections are completely minimized on the rock ledge below and the roof. Now let's go back. There's the reflections with no polarization. Let's head back to polarized, and you can see instantly the difference that a circular polarizer can make to your shot. Quite incredible, huh? Okay, let's head back to the video.
Quite interesting, wasn't it, that the circular polarizer just takes all the glare off the rock. Now, whether you should use it with as much effect as that, I tend not to. I tend to try and give it a bit of a mix, a bit of a blend, so that I've still got a little bit of reflection in there, just to give some detail and character to the shot. I think if you take all the detail out, the shot just it sort of dulls the shot down a little. The interesting thing was, excuse me, if I take all the effect off the circular polarizer, I had to speed up my shutter speed because there was so much light coming through to the sensor. So I actually took it down from a 0.6 second to 0.5 to take the same shot. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to have a look around, see if there's any other shots to be had here. Okay, so a few different shots. For the last shot, I'm just going to try, well, the last shot inside, I'm going to see if there's any other shots outside here, but for the last shot inside here, I've actually been doing all the panoramas horizontally because there's not much to capture either side. However, I've just turned the camera to portrait mode, and it's probably going to be an 11-shot pano to get right across the waterfall. But I thought, well, it's got to be worth a try and see if Lightroom will stitch this up. Let's see if this one comes out. Check it out.
So we took a few shots in the cave, and then we had a bit of fun. My good friend Manny I was shooting with that day put on a rain jacket and decided to get out there underneath the falls so we can get some nice slow motion footage of basically him getting wet. I also got some vertical footage here of really nice droplets falling onto the rock ledge below. Really amazing what you can do. This was just with an iPhone. And then we discovered we were being watched. If you look at the very top of the frame, just about there, this enormous spider was just keeping an eye on us. He disappeared, and we decided, okay, let's go and take shots somewhere else.
Wow, what a place. So we've done all the shooting inside the cave there. It just looks rather epic. However, we've just come out and I'm just about to pack up my bag and walk away and saw this little cascade right in front of me here. So what I liked about this is that it's got one on the left here, it's got one on the right, and there's also the rocks on the right are all sort of falling down to meet in the center point here. So we've got a center focus point where the water's falling onto these rocks. It looks like a nice shot. It will be hard to know until we get back into Photoshop and see it properly, but it just looks absolutely gorgeous. So I've set the camera up. I'm not too low here, so I've set it up at sort of waist high, a third of a second, and I'm at f9 at the moment. So let's get this shot and just see if this comes out as almost like a little bit of an abstract of the big waterfall. Let's check it out. Wow, what a sensational little place, huh? It's funny because I've been around this area so many times and didn't even know about it, had never been here. It's amazing this global pandemic that we're sort of currently in has given many of us the opportunity to get out and explore your own backyard. I mean, I used to travel overseas and there's all these amazing places right in your own backyard. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the shots, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel if you just give it a thumbs up there. If you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel and ring that little bell next to the subscribe button. The system will notify you anytime one of these videos goes up. I think I've got another 2 already in the can ready for you, so lots more coming your way. Well, that's it. We're going to find a coffee shop, get some coffee, get some breakfast in us, and we'll see you in the next one.